Hi everyone, this is Nikki Rowland and today I have a layout to share for Bramble Fox. I am using the Define Naughty set and I have chosen those two words. It comes also with nice and honest. But I've decided to go for a title that reads Dear Santa, Define Naughty ... I have got my two photos. One is of my boys behaving beautifully, having their photo taken on Christmas jumper day, and the other one is them sticking their tongues out with my little one jumping on my back. So hence the Define Naughty. Okay, so I've started off with a white background. I've got some strips of paper already cut, so I wanted to try and utilise all of those bits and pieces that I'd already got cut. So I'm just sticking some together because they weren't quite 12 inches and just creating this wide stripe on the left hand side of the layout, and then I've got a smaller strip over on the right hand side as well, which is different pretty colours. They're kind of like pom-poms. I should have said that the Christmas collection that I'm using is the Boho Christmas by Simple Stories. There's my two photos, there's my perspectives, and I've already got a whole bunch of these presents or gifts fussy cut. They are from one of the Boho Christmas papers. Now, I really liked the idea of using them. I fussy cut them for a different reason, but that didn't work out. So I've had this whole pile of them that I wanted to use on a layout. So, but I had the idea that piles of presents would potentially work well for a layout about Dear Santa, Define Naughty, obviously because it's about the naughty versus nice list and whether or not you get any presents. So I figured that presents were a good option, and I had so many fussy cut that I thought that I could arrange them into piles or groups of gifts, and then I could arrange those over on the right hand side of the layout in that big blank white area, and that would tie in well with the whole vertical thing I've got going on this layout. I've got vertical strips both left and right. My photos are probably going to be arranged on top of each other, so they're vertical too, and then a vertical stack of presents as well along with the title. So it all kinds of works. It's all in that the flow works quite well. So yeah. So just mounting my photos, I wanted them to stand out a little bit more, so I have mounted them onto a darker patterned paper and distressed the edges, of course, and you can see that the layout's kind of starting to take form now. I just have to work out how exactly I'm going to arrange those photos. Do I leave a gap in between them? Do I overlap them, stack them? Do I offset them? I don't even know what I decided on in the end. We'll find out later in this video. I should say that I've been trying to use up some of my older Bramble Fox Perspectives. So I have 2 years worth of advent calendars things. I have used some, but I've still got a significant amount left over. So I've been trying to use those, and also I can never resist Moreg's fabulous Christmas creations. So I normally buy a lot of Christmas stuff each year as well, and then don't really use it. So I'm trying my hardest to get some used. I just don't use it because I don't like it. I don't use it because I don't make enough layouts. I have too many perspectives for the amount of layouts I make, and I don't always include them in my December dailies because that makes the books very thick, and we all know that that's a bit of a problem. So I have that means I have an excess of fabulous Christmas perspectives. So I am doing my very best to use them up this year, or not. I don't necessarily have to use them all, but make a bit of a dent in them at least. I've picked out the North Pole perspective over there on the right hand side, and I've also pulled out 2 gnomes or gonks. They were from an advent calendar set last year, which I believe is being re-released in the shop this year. Don't quote me on that. I think it might be, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. So I thought they would be good to use. They blend in, they're wooden, so they blend in quite nicely on my gifts. And then I love the North Pole sign as well, so I'm using that. And of course I've got Define Naughty, which is the set that I'm using today. So I just had to make my title there. So I wanted Dear Santa. I was a bit limited on what letters I had with me that were small enough that would fit. So I went and that were Christmassy colours. So I went through and found those old Amy Tangerine thickers. They're brilliant font, actually. I love them. But I'm running low, and they have only half of the alphabet is black and the other half is black iridescent glitter. So, and that didn't quite look right because it has a different colour to it. It's still black, but it really does look quite different. So I wanted to stick with the plain black ones, and I didn't have enough E's and I didn't have enough A's. So I had to make those by using an F for the E and cutting off a little bit from another letter. And then I used, I think, an N, a capital N for the A, and just cut a piece off to make the A frame. And then I needed a little tiny bit in the middle to make the bar going across. So again, I did that by cutting it off of a different letter. So, and you wouldn't know now that they are bodged letters. I hope you wouldn't know anyway. So anyway, that was how I made my title. And then I've got the ... And then I've got Define Naughty, which is the perspectives, ... Over on the left-hand side, I have really made my, moved on a bit on this layout. I've got my 2 photos stuck in place. I did stack them directly on top of each other, and I left a gap. I've got 2 tags behind the top photo, and I've got clusters on both corners of the photos, on the corners of both photos, I should say. I've got a little snow globe. I've got one of the gnomes. I've got another Christmas perspective that I'm using up. Tick. Well done me. Brownie points there. That's a little sweetie, you know, one of those red and white swirly candy things. A little sweetie there. So that's stuck on the bottom corner of the top photo. And then at the bottom, I've got a stack of presents, which obviously ties in with what I've got over on the right hand side. Some trees and little word strips there from the Boho Christmas sticker sheet, the one that's right there. So yeah, it's all kind of coming together. I've added some small little heart stickers as well, and I want to well, I don't know. What am I doing now? Who knows? I definitely want to add some paint splatters. Oh, here we go. That's what I'm doing. I'm adding some paint splatters. Black. I've gone for black, which was a little bit bold and a bit of a risk. But I thought it worked well because of the black letters and the pops of black that appear throughout this collection. So yeah, looking good. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I hope you enjoyed seeing it come together, and there you go. You can see my close-ups of my perspectives a bit more there. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing it come together, and another perspective there, just for the record. Yeah, thank you so very much for joining me today. That was Nikki Rowland for Bramble Fox.